Welcome students to the online class Standard 8th Subject Science. Lesson number 1, Living World and Needs of Classification. So students, let's see the topic that we are going to cover in this slide. The first one is algae and the second one is viruses. So we are going to see both the microorganisms in detail one by one. So students, let's start with the first microorganism, that is algae. As you can see in the picture, algae are aquatic. Means what? This type of microorganisms are found in water. They are always or mostly found in water. That is why they are termed as they are aquatic. Okay. Now next we are going to see the size of algae microorganism. So as compared to other microorganisms, the size of the algae ranges between 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. Here also the size is very, but most of this microorganism can be viewed with our naked eyes. As you can see in the next slide, it is given as algae are eukaryotic organisms. Means what? The cell membrane of this microorganism is well developed. That is why they come under eukaryotic. Students, as algae are eukaryotic microorganism, they comes under both unicellular as well as multicellular. Means what? The body of the algae organism is made up of single cell as well as a multiple of cell. So here few of the example I have given in the diagram. You can view it. Cholera and Endomus are the microorganism which comes under unicellular, and the other one is your coming under multicellular. So students, one more thing about algae is that they are autotrophic organisms. Means what? They have the ability to prepare their own food. Means they go under the process of photosynthesis, and photosynthesis is carried out by with the help of chloroplast. Okay, so photosynthesis is carried out with the help of chloroplast present in the cell. So algae are the organism which consist of chloroplast, because of which photosynthesis process is possible for them, and that is why they come under autotroph, because they prepare their own food. So students, the next microorganism which we are going to see is viruses. Okay, we are going to learn about viruses in detail. So let's begin with the virus. As you can see in the slide, viruses are not considered as living organism. Generally, viruses are not considered as living organism, or they are said to be organism at the edge of living and non-living. Okay, means they are not considered as living organism. They are on the edge. Either they can be living thing or either they can be non-living thing. More thing about microorganism viruses are that they are the study in the field of microbiology. Now, what do you mean by microbiology? Microbiology is the study of microscopic organisms, such an organism which are studied under microscope. Okay, why they are studied under microscope? Because of the size, as they are not visible with our naked eye, so we have to take or we have to use microscope to study such kind of viruses or any such small microorganism. We are going to study the characteristics of viruses. So let's begin the first one. Viruses are extremely minute. Means what? Small. They are 10 to 100 times smaller than bacteria. As you know, the size of the bacteria, I have already told you that the size of the bacteria is 1 micrometer to 10 micrometer. So students, viruses are too smaller than bacteria, and that to 10 times smaller than bacteria. So just think about the size of the viruses. So it's just not possible to our naked eyes to view it, so we have to use microscope in order to view the viruses. So students, what is the size of the viruses? The size of the viruses ranges between 10 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Now nanometer is the unit smaller than micrometer. Okay, so it is too small. Students, in order to view the viruses, we have to view it under only electron microscope. Compound microscope will not help us to view the viruses because they are too small in size. That is why we have to use electron microscope in order to view the viruses. You can see in the picture I have already shown here how the electron microscope looks. So we have to use such an electron microscope in order to view the viruses of different kind. Students, one more thing about the viruses are they are found in the form of independent particles. Means what? They are independent found in the form of air. A virus is a long molecule of DNA or RNA covered by a protein cell. As you can see in the picture, already I have shown that a viruses is a long molecule. In the picture you can itself see the DNA or RNA molecule which how they are covered by the protein cell or protein coat. Already I have shown in the diagram. Okay students, so they are found in the form of independent particles, and viruses is a long molecule of DNA. DNA means what? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, or RNA stands for what? Ribonucleic acid. So they are this both of DNA and RNA are covered by what? Your protein coat. Okay. As you can see in the picture, viruses can survive only in living plant or animal cell where they produce their own protein with the help of host cell and create their numerous replica. Means what? They survive, as you have already learned in the previous slide, that they are independent, and in order to survive they just need any of the host body, whether the bodies of plant, animal or human beings. They just get enter into the body of any particular living organism and start to grow, start to replicate in them. Okay, and create numbers of replications. Means the viruses grow in number in the host body. Okay, so and they affect the particular living organism into which the viruses have entered. As you can see your viruses destroy and free viruses again infect in the new body cell. Means already they start destroying the old cell, and once they start have destroyed that particular cell, they again attack onto the new cell or infect the new cell. As you can see in the picture how it is showing. Okay, in this way the infection process caused by the viruses take place. Viruses cause many diseases in plants and animals. As you can see in the picture, yellow vein mosaic, okay, and swine influenza viruses in the pig. So in the first diagram, the virus affect the vegetable which is also known as okra bhindi or yellow vein mosaics. Okay, and in the second diagram you can see the viruses affect the animals, as you have heard about swine flu. Okay, so students, in the next picture as you can see different diseases which is caused by or which are caused by the viruses: polio viruses, influenza viruses, HIV. Okay, so these are the different viruses or an example of viruses which affect the host body. Okay, so viruses just affect the host body or get into the host body and start affecting or start replicating into the cells while destroying it. Okay, by destroying the cells they start replicating into the host body. The other viruses which are found on the foot and mouth of the animal is known as picornaviruses. Okay, they are usually attacking the foot and mouth to the animals. As you can see, these are the examples given of animals which they get affected by this virus. Even though eating product, whether it is vegetable or whether it is any kind of product, are also affected by viruses. As you can see in the first diagram, the tobacco plant, when it get affected by the viruses known as tobacco mosaic disease. Okay, means tobacco viruses attack to the tobacco plant. And to the plant of tomato, the virus which affect is known as tomato wilt virus. Okay, so after affecting by tomato wilt virus, tomato plant get affected. So viruses are not affecting just to human beings or animals, but also it affects to the plants too. Not to just living organisms like animal, plant and animal viruses are affecting, but viruses are affecting to the bacteria known as bacteriophage. Students, bacteria is also affected by the virus known as bacteriophage. As you can see in the next slide, the institutional work means National Institute of Virology, found in 1952 in Pune Institute. The testing or recovering of viruses is been done. Thank you.